Torches guttered low as the village held its breath. Men crouched in hedgerows, muscles coiled, eyes fixed on the hollow where nets had been spread and pits lay covered with brush. Dogs were muzzled and held close, bodies trembling at every tiny sound. The plan was simple and terrible. Patience would be the weapon. No frantic charge, no wasted fury. They would wait until the creature walked into the teeth of the trap. Night deepened, and the wind moved through the trees like a living thing. Time thinned as the watchers strained at the dark. Every snapped twig made a heart leap. Then, faint and low, a testing growl rolled across the clearing. It was close. A shadow slid at the rim of the hollow. Then 2 eyes caught the torchlight like dull coals burning under ash. The beast moved without hurry, circling once, as if measuring each man hidden in the wood. For a moment nothing happened but the soft brush of its paws. Then a twig broke, and, in an instant, nets flew and ropes tightened. The world erupted. The animal crashed into the snares, lungs heaving, fury flaring. It thrashed and rolled, teeth glinting, shredding brush and snapping ropes. Men leaped from cover with spears and ropes, striking to bind, not to kill. The creature screamed, a sound of metal tearing, and for a heart-stopping second the trap seemed it might not hold. Blood spat the earth, and one hunter was flung aside, wounded and gasping, but others held fast. At last the 4 legs were bound, and the beast was dragged into the clearing, where pale faces leaned forward in torches and prayer. Triumph rose like a fragile flame. People wept and thanked God. Up close the creature's size was terrible. Ribs like carved wood under matted fur, teeth too long for any ordinary animal. It thrashed and bared its throat, steam clouding the cold air. Then an old man bent to the ground and froze. Fresh prints cut the mud around the pit. They were not the tracks of the beast beneath their ropes. These impressions were larger, spaced farther apart, gouged into the earth by claws that left terrible crescents. A smear of mud led out of the hollow and vanished beneath the trees. The old man pointed and did not speak. Silence fell again, colder this time. The bound creature gave a low sound, part growl and part human syllable, as if answering something in the dark. The watchers felt the shift at once. They had won a fight, but the war remained. The trap had revealed that the thing stalking them was not solitary. Something larger had been circling, patient and cunning, letting one of its kin fall as bait. When dawn bled into the woods, the captive still strained at its bonds, and the deeper tracks faded beyond sight. The villagers bore a captive back to the square, proof they could fight and wound what hunted them. Yet behind the proof lay a harder truth. The forest still hid more teeth. The war for Gavodin had turned, but it was far from finished.